you have been told your symptoms are just perimenopause, but you cannot understand why your perimenopause is so much worse than all your friends. Sometimes what looks like perimenopause is actually your immune system losing its freaking mind. And you are a woman, 40, 35 and over, suddenly everything bothers you. Wine, smells, noise, crowds, food, your own husband breathing. And your friends are like, I'm fine. This video is for you because if you don't know this one thing, you're gonna keep thinking you are dramatic, when the truth is, your mast cells are doing a full Latin telenovela meltdown. I am Karen Oliver, and I am your host. I am a certified health, nutrition, and menopause coach, as well as personal trainer. And in today's episode, you're going to learn why your perimenopause is worse than your friends, the symptoms women never connect to MCAS, how hormones make mast cells go crazy, why you suddenly react to wine, chocolate, perfumes, leftovers, everything, and what you can actually do today to calm your body down. Let's get into it. Let me paint a picture. Tell me if this is you. You used to drink red wine without a problem. Now, one glass and boom! Headaches, flushing, anxiety. You're sweating like you run a marathon. You used to walk into Target like a normal woman. Now, the lights alone make you want to sprint out of the store. Noise, crowds, your kid playing at full volume. It feels like your nervous system is being electrocuted. You used to be able to focus. Now you're like, did I just develop ADHD at 40? What happened? I didn't have this when I was 20. Where did my brain go? You used to wake up rested. Now it's 3 a.m. and you're awake. And the most frustrating part is like your friends are like, perimenopause is annoying, but whatever. While you're here dying. You're thinking, I am allergic to life. This is you, right? Okay, let me explain this in human language. Mast cells are immune cells whose job is to protect. They release histamine and more than other 100 chemicals when they are at rest. Mast Cell Activation Syndrome is when those cells overreact to everything. A glass of wine, attack. A stressful conversation, attack. Temperature changes, attack. Your own hormones, big attack. So Mast Cell Activation Syndrome is basically your immune system acting like a Chihuahua dog. Small, but absolutely convinced everything is a threat. Here's where it gets fun. Estrogen increases mast cell activation. Histamine increases estrogen. Progesterone calms mast cells. But what happens in perimenopause? Progesterone drops first, so you get estrogen spikes, which means histamine spikes, mast cell activation, and no progesterone to calm that chaos down. It's the perfect storm. This is why symptoms are worse halfway through your cycle, before your period, when your estrogen randomly spikes, when you're stressed, when you're not sleeping, when you eat high histamine foods, during big hormonal transitions. Your mast cells are basically like, oh, you're ovulating? Let me ruin your entire day. That's how it is. So let's talk about the symptoms that make women think they are crazy. Because 99% of doctors don't connect these symptoms. And it's mind-blowing. Palpitations, racing heart rate, vertigo, dizziness, panic attacks out of nowhere, ear hunger, like you feel like you don't get enough air, overwhelmed with sounds and lights, brain fog, sudden anxiety, emotional reactivity, horrible PMS, PMDD vibes, migraines around ovulation especially, symptoms that explode before your period, feeling swollen, puffy, inflamed, then food and drinks like wine intolerance, chocolate, strawberries, fermented foods trigger you, leftovers, anything aged like cured meats, cheese, then you get flushing, random itching, swelling around your eyes, lips, fingers, congestion or sneezing randomly, feeling inflamed for no reason. If you're sitting there now like, oh, Karen, this is literally what is happening to me, welcome. Your mast cells are likely involved. This is the part no one talks about. If your symptoms worsen during ovulation, before your period, during stress, when your progesterone is low, when estrogen spikes, that is a huge sign of MCAS, is piggybacking on perimenopause. MCAS symptoms love syncing with hormones. Women think they're bipolar. They think they're anxious. They think they're not coping. No, your mast cells are literally reacting to your hormones. How do you know if this is you? Okay, do you react to wine and food? You wake up at 2 a.m., racing heart rate, and you can't go back to sleep. You're getting overwhelmed by noise or crowds. You feel like you suddenly develop anxiety or ADHD that you didn't have before. You experience random swelling, itching, flushing. You have GI issues no one can explain. They may tell you it's IBS. You have weird symptoms your friends don't have. You feel worse before your period. If you said yes to 3 or more of those, then you're very likely that MCAS is part of your perimenopause picture. And that means treating just the hormones don't make it. You have to calm the mast cells too. I'm going to make a quick pause here to ask you if you like my content. Please hit subscribe and like for the algorithm. And so other women can find answers in this content too. Okay, let's talk about solutions. Simple, doable, and effective. First, calm the mast cells. How do we do this? Vitamin C, quercetin, magnesium, DAO enzyme before meals. Lower histamine for 7 days. I didn't say forever, I said 7 days. So reduce wine, leftover, tomatoes, anything that is citric, chocolate, fermented food. Most women feel 30 to 50% better in 1 week. And that would be your answer that tells you, yes, mast cells have a lot to do with what's going on with you. Remove invisible triggers like laundry detergent that have a lot of perfumes, candles, air fresheners. You'd be shocked how many women flare from their laundry soap. Support your nervous system. Slow exhale breathing, morning light, work on your cortisol balance, magnesium at night, lower caffeine. Yes, I know, sorry, lower caffeine. And MCAS is an immune condition, but it loves to ride the nervous system. So you have to work on your cortisol curve. And no, you're not dramatic, you're not weak, you're not imagining things. Your labs can be normal, and you can still have MCAS. And if perimenopause has felt 10 times harder for you than any of your friends, this is probably why. Your hormones shift, and your mast cells said, oh, we're doing chaos now. So if you're watching this and thinking, oh my God, Karen, this is me, and you want help calming your mast cells and balancing your hormones, this is exactly what I do in my one-on-one coaching. I mean, you can do all this by yourself, but if you want extra help, I am here to help. We look at your hormones, your stress response, your triggers, your supplements, your sleep, everything. And we build a plan that is specifically for your biology. If you're ready to feel like yourself again, the link to my coaching program is in the description. I hope this episode gave you answers, and I'll see you on the next one.